Hello everybody, and I don't think I need to tell you that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are now out, which means a bunch of new Pokemon that we can battle with. The ones we will be observing today are Armarouge and Ceruledge. But before we begin, I would like you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's go! For the first part of this video, we will be looking at Armarouge. This is Armarouge's base stat total. As you can see, pretty impressive. It has a decent HP stat at 85, and its attack stat not so great at a 60. It has a good defense stat at a 100, and an excellent special attack stat at 125, showing that it's more of a special attacker than a physical one. Its special defense stat is at 80, which isn't really so great since it is a fire type, and fire types are weak to water, which tend to be special attackers. But, it's still an 80, so I guess it's fine. It has a base 75 speed stat, which, kind of just means that there's some things it will outspeed and some things it won't. It's not necessarily a really fast Pokemon, but it's not really that slow either. It's kind of in between. You'd expect it to be faster, but yeah. With a base stat total of 525, it's really pretty good. Other than its disappointing speed stat, but a Pokemon's stats aren't everything. So let's look at its moveset. Well, not really its moveset, just its signature move, but, let's see how good that is. Armor Cannon is a fire-type special move, meaning that it's going to be using its special attack for this, which would make it a lot better than if it used its physical attack. It has a base 120 power, which means it's going to be hitting pretty hard, and 100% accuracy, meaning that it's going to hit most of the time. It only has 5 power points though, so unless you increase that using some items, you're only going to be able to hit it 5 times. However, it gets this move at level 62, which is kind of a high level. In fact, I believe it's the last move it learns by level up. So, it's going to be kind of difficult to get on your Armarouge. I'm just going to really quickly give my opinion on its design. I just really like it. I like how it's kind of has all this armor, probably based off of the name, you could have figured that out, considering that it's Armarouge. But, and I really do like the fire part of the design. It's a fire psychic type, so it really does fit its theme. If I were to rate its design, it would probably be a solid 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 design. Love it. Now, we are moving on to Ceruledge. Looking at Ceruledge's base stat total, I'm sure a lot of you will realize that it's just the complete opposite of Armarouge. Armarouge's base 125 special attack stat is now a base 125 attack stat on Ceruledge. Ceruledge gets 10 extra base points in speed, meaning that it'll outspeed more things than Armarouge, and it will be outsped by less things than Armarouge. It really does seem to be quite a bit better than Armarouge. It even has better special defense, which would probably be better for a fire ghost type, considering that ghosts like to attack with special more than physical, and ghost is weak to ghost. Fun fact. But maybe its signature move isn't as great. So actually, speaking of its signature move, let's get into that. This is Ceruledge's signature move, Bitter Blade. It is a physical fire-type move with base 90 power, 100% accuracy, and 10 power points, which is, granted, weaker than Armarouge's, but the great thing about this is not only does it have 10 power points instead of the 5, it also is obtained at a much lower level, so you won't have to be waiting for this move that is pretty good. I have to admit, I do think that Armarouge's move is worth the wait. But if you don't like waiting for your guy's signature move, then I would probably choose Ceruledge. Ceruledge is a fire ghost type, and as you can see from its design, it definitely fits that theme, like how Armarouge fits theirs. And it's definitely a physical attacker. You can kind of tell by its blades and also its base stat total and also its signature move how it's physical. But it's definitely a physical attacker, and just basically it's just the opposite of Armarouge. If I were to rate this, there's not too much to say about it. It's really epic looking. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Why is the 0.5 reduction reduction there? Because it's not from Pokemon Scarlet. So, which version of the game should you choose? Well, I guess it is your choice. But just from like Ceruledge and Armarouge, I guess for a playthrough you would probably want Ceruledge. But I guess two Pokemon can't really make you decide which game you should get. So, what I would recommend is watch the next few videos of ours that explain more of the version different Pokemon. But for now, Hudson Yan is Nyout. Nyan! Its defense is certainly better, but its special defense is still decent at an 80. Speed is 75. We are now moving on to Ceruledge, and dang it. Looking at Mirror's,